What we're trying to do is, in this weekend, is study and talk about the idea of redeeming the world through magic. The two distinguishing factors, at least that stand out for me, that I think you need to incorporate into your thinking about the Hermeticism, two very important concepts. The first is the divinity of human beings, an extraordinarily radical idea in the context of late Hellenistic thinking. We all operate under the spell of the concept of the fall of man, that man is an inferior being, errors were made in the Garden of Eden, and that we are far, far from the nature of divinity. All magic, and all magic in the West is derivative from this tradition, takes the position that man is a divine being. Men and women are divine beings. The Corpus Hermeticum actually refers to man as God's brother. And this is a double-edged perception. It gives tremendous dignity to the human enterprise, but it also raises the possibility of the error of pride and hubris. In the Renaissance, Marcello Ficino boiled this notion down to the aphorism, "Man is the measure of all things." And you may notice that this is the position really of science, that man is the measure of all things, that it is up to us. We can decide the course of the cosmos. All magic stems from this position. This is why the church was so concerned to stamp out magic, because it assigns man an importance that the church would rather reserve to deity. So that's the first great division between Christian thinking and Hermetic thinking, an entirely different conception of what human beings are. And when we get into the text, I'll read you some of these passages. Now, the second distinguishing factor, and notice that this position on man empowers tremendous freedom. Man is the measure of all things. The second distinguishing factor in Hermeticism is the belief that we can control fate, that we can escape from cosmic fate. The late Hellenistic mindset was, and what you get in the Gnostics, is the belief that because of astrology, because of the stars, we are subject to control from these exterior forces. In most Gnostic thinking, the whole concern is to somehow evade what is called the Himarmony, cosmic fate. And in the Gnostic systems, the only way it can be done is by ascending through the shells of cosmic ordering forces, the Archons, the planets, the planetary demons, so forth and so on, and then beyond the Himarmony, which is actually thought of as a place in space that you burst through, you transcend fate. What the Hermetic thought is that these fates become personified as the decans, as the stellar demons, and then it is held that there is a magical system which is possible, where you can call these archangels to your side and work with them and not be subject to the inevitable working of the cosmic machinery. And this burst like a revelation over the late Hellenistic world, because there was such philosophical and emotional and political exhaustion that this is a counterpoise to the message of the New Testament, which is a similar message, that you can be saved in the body, that you can escape the inevitable dissolution and degradation laid upon us by time. So these are the two distinguishing factors, the divinity of man and the possibility of using magic to evade the machinery of fate.